Hey guys, HuzzyGames here bringing you another video. Welcome back to another episode of Road to Redemption. Very quickly, straight off the bat, welcome to the loading screen. And welcome to a little bit of a topic discussion we're going to have at the beginning of this game. Boosting! So I know, a normal topic. But if you look there, so you have the Samira, who is currently on a 62% win rate, 81 games, no ranked history. Clearly a smurf with a 1100 plus games Yuumi player, who was gold last season. And I will say, I did look into this player's history, and they are a silver gold player. They have been for over 4 years, and then suddenly they're playing Yuumi. That's one thing, and then secondly, they are on purpose duo queuing with a fresh league account. So, what I wanted to ask you guys as a little bit of a topic to this video is, what is your opinion on that? I did actually have a small conversation with a Rioter after this game, just to actually ask them the question, what is Riot's opinion on that? Because everybody knows it's boosting. Even the Yuumi, I don't think will, say they're not getting boosted. They know they're getting boosted. Everybody knows they're getting boosted. You can't hide that. But it's technically legal boosting. It's, someone is smurfing, which in League of Legends rules is allowed, and it's not against the rules to duo queue with a smurf. And all it is someone who's been hard stuck duo queuing with a smurf to climb in rank. Obviously, what has been made worse, I would say, is it used to be Lulu was the stereotypical jump on a support to get boosted by a better player. Yuumi is the ultimate version of that playstyle, the ultimate version of duo queue boosting, because genuinely Yuumi just can stay attached to somebody who's very good at the game, and that's it. So yeah, I'm just typing. So just again, remember, in the bottom left, I will type to you guys. It's never intended for me to press enter to type to my team. It's to give you the thoughts of what I'm having in my mind while I'm playing this match. So I did play this game a few days ago, and I will also just say this, I'm just double checking I'm recording, which I am. This is the second time I'm recording this video. I recorded this video, or was attempting to, the other day. I was 20 minutes into it, and I glance over to my recording software, OBS, and lo and behold, I had not clicked the start recording button. So you'll probably be able to tell I was a little bit annoyed with myself from doing that. But anyway, I am recording. I've double checked. We're good. So I'm playing GANGPLANK, and I would say do expect some GANGPLANK games. I love playing GANGPLANK, always have. I fell out of favour with the champion when he just felt a bit rough. He hasn't been in a great place for quite a while, but they brung my version of GANGPLANK back. CritPlank. I love CritPlank, always have, and he is back. Whether he's going to be a back or not for the long term, I will say I am worried, because I actually, and this is kind of the discrepancy between win rates and strength in League. GANGPLANK's sitting around a 45-46% win rate right now, but I actually think he's insanely strong. The problem with GANGPLANK in that avenue is the same. Meanwhile, Huzzy farming. It's the same avenue when we talk about champs like Azir. Azir is arguably League's hardest champion to pull off properly, but GANGPLANK is up there. GANGPLANK is probably in the top 3 or 4 hardest champs to play in the game, because one, he's quite weak in some avenues. He's got obviously the barrel mini game that you have to be very good and clean at, and you can be denied quite easily. The barrel combo. He's very hard to play. But for really good GANGPLANK players, I think this has been a huge thing, the crit change. And I am worried he's going to get nerfed, or they're going to take that away. I am genuinely worried about that. So we'll see what happens. I've not really mentioned this particular game of what's going on. We are getting a gank by a Hecarim, and yes, I am against LILLIA top. What was weird to me, and I think I actually type it here, the Hecarim, if you notice, he did the engage with his E, and then he ghosted after. Really weird, and the kind of out of order that Hecarim gains AD when he gets movement speed. So his initial burst a lot of the time comes from the E charge where he gains movement speed, and if you can get more movement speed, it's going to give you more burst. He should have ghosted first, then charged onto the LILLIA for the maximum damage output, and maybe would have died. But yeah, that was just a bit weird. But yeah, we are against a LILLIA, and I will say, just a conversation to be had when it comes to this particular match is, I think I hinted at a bit of it in the Annie episode, because the Annie episode was a relatively average game around that. It was interesting in some avenues. This GANGPLANK game is also fairly average. I will say that just straight away. Meanwhile, I'm doing a bit of damage on LILLIA. Obviously, again, I've never played against LILLIA top. I've heard it's a thing. It's obviously some type of cheese pick. I have no idea if I can kill it. I've got no idea how much damage it can do. I am getting ganked, unfortunately, by the Kayn. He early flashes and I flash too, so I do end up surviving, which is good. But, you know, nonetheless, my flash has been burnt like LILLIA's has also. But now I'm worried that Kayn could just be staying in lane and I'm going to die. So I ward there just to make sure he has gone. But yeah, this is a fairly average game. But there are, you know, the conversation that we will have throughout this game will be like, how do you make a win possible out of a tricky situation or, you know, something like that. So she walks into my barrel. We get the nice auto into the queue. Good damage return there. It's going to force us probably to go back again pretty soon, which is good for me. I did go Cole this game also because, let's be honest, as I mentioned, I've never played against a LILLIA before. But in my mind, I'm not going to kill this LILLIA. Like, she hits a couple of Qs, she gets crazy movement speed, and she just runs away from a gangplank. Like, again, it's a cheesy pick in top that's designed to be a relative free lane phase for a LILLIA against melee champions. So, I'm here for the long term, I'm here for farming, I'm here to, like, invest into the more mid to late game gangplank when I have 2 or 3 crit items. So that's why I bought a Cull also. But yeah, this game is just going to be kind of talking about, like, more educational factors on how to win games from different avenues, and also pointing out some things here or there. I will also say thank you so much for the support that you guys have been giving this series. It does seem that you guys absolutely love it, and I'm so happy about that, because, you know, I'm not the only one, meanwhile, that are ganking mid lane and Sylas damage with the Ignite, and they get 1 kill, and it's so close getting the Sylas steal ulti, but he needed to do 1 auto attack to get then the Kayn proc to ult, and he just didn't have that 1 extra little bit of damage to get the proc off, which is unfortunate, but it was close. But yeah, I'm not the only one that... I don't really mind, per se, what account I'm playing on actively. Meanwhile, LILLIA's gone to mid. You know, this season we've been Diamond 2... I'm trying to think when I'm uploading this. Yeah, I think it's okay to say... I think, maybe? Oh, wait, let me... I don't want to give anything away. But let's just say I've been Diamond 2 on various accounts this season. Okay, that might give it away a bit. But yeah, we've been Diamond 2 on the King Pleb. We've been Diamond 2 elsewhere on another account. I think... I'm again, spoiler, if it is out of chronological order, the EU Northeast account is currently firmly in Diamond 2 right now. I'm happy with Diamond 2 on both servers this season, and as obviously it's not been my favourite season of League. But I do want the account, the Huzzy account, to be Diamond. Like, if I finish this season, I think that would suck. If you know, the Huzzy account isn't Diamond. So that is why we're doing this series. You guys seem to be supporting it, and as long as you guys keep supporting it, I'll keep doing it. Like, what I would say is I've played this game for a very long time. So, for me, League isn't exactly a hobby, I have to say, anymore. You know, but it is my job. But, you know, while I might not play League a lot in my spare time, as long as I'm making a series in the background that you guys are enjoying, I don't mind doing this, like, on the side that isn't, obviously, a streamed game. So that's what I would say. If you keep supporting it, you keep liking it, you keep watching it, this series will continue, and we will recover the Huzzy account. And people, I will say, I have had actually people ask on stream if I get confidence again. Meanwhile, bot lane's having a bit of play. Big ulti for me, helping. They managed, I think, to do a trade. Bit of a messy fight actually happening. And Samira, I will say, is crazy. In an upcoming Unranked to Master episode, I played actually today with a Samira. I played a Mumu support, so look out for that video in a few days. Samira is still nuts. So that is probably why the booster is playing Samira and the boostee is playing Yuumi, because Samira is crazy, man. But yeah, so hopefully you guys don't mind. A lot of you are saying you're enjoying these, and you know, I will say, by the way, sorry for just having a chill conversation at the moment. Excuse my throat, by the way, my throat is really acting up. Apologies for that. I know it might annoy some people. I do have active health issues, unfortunately. I'm going for an engage on the LILLIA. I think I timed it quite well. Unfortunately, she early flashes, and Hecarim ult just doesn't quite get the fear range. Hecarim does get ulted by LILLIA, but doesn't, thankfully, fall asleep under the tower. That would have been bad. Huzzy cannon. But yeah, again, good timed engage. Maybe I could have delayed it a second, but I still think LILLIA would have just walked away, to be honest. That's what this champ can do. She flashed and everything, and she just gets away. But yeah, having just a kind of conversation with you guys, because as you probably have watched and noted, there's not a lot going on for me. Weirdly, also, the Lucian tries a 2v1. I don't know why. But yeah, nothing's really happening much in lane. We're against a LILLIA. It's designed to be annoying against whoever she's laning. And that's as far as what I know it does. And I don't know, like, unless I'm getting a gank like that, I'm not really going to go for any crazy play, because there's just no point. But as you saw in bot lane there, the Lucian weirdly tried to 2v1. Don't ask me why. And that seems to be, I will say, a lot of people will always, you know, and again, you could say rightfully so, complain about Smurfs to a certain degree. Most of the time, I will say, and, you know, I do Smurf stuff, I play against Smurfs myself. The vast majority of time that a Smurf actually actively gets ahead is when you as a player are making a bigger mistake than what they're outplaying you as. So, like, that Samira didn't do anything special to just get that kill on Lucian. It's not the fact that she Smurfing got the kill. It's the fact that that Lucian just tried to 2v1 them. That's why he died. So, and that I'd say is the majority of the time when it comes to Smurfs, is you're making a weird decision that you probably, you shouldn't be making, that then leads to you dying when you should never have died. So that's what I would say about Smurfing. A lot of the time, it's not exactly the Smurf that's actually doing anything. Like, yes, you can get outplayed from a Smurf from time to time, but to be honest, again, from my experience, that isn't the majority of the time you'll lose to a Smurf. Anyway, haven't really touched on team comp this game. So team comp, GANGPLANK top, obviously being me, Hecarim jungle, Sylas mid with a Lucian Seraphine bot. Also, unfortunately, once again, you know, I literally just made the conversation about, you know, oh, it's not really a Smurf doing anything. That play, again, it's not the Smurf doing anything special. She gets, in a second, a free double kill. Why? Because my team forced a really weird play. They're forcing an engage in the enemy territory when they don't know where Kayn is, and they just get 3v2'd. Again, that isn't anything to do with the Samira being a Smurf. That's everything to do with my team making a weird decision. And they're also, I think, Seraphine could be in trouble here if she does stay around that tower. Because one thing Samira, especially with a Yuumi, has is good dive potential. She's got mobility, she's got damage reduction, but she also has pretty obviously good damage herself. And as you notice by the minimap, Kayn is also down there, and Kayn gets the kill, and she will end up dead. So unfortunately, not a great situation happening in bot lane now, and that is obviously the one lane that I was really truly hoping wouldn't get fed, was the boosting Smurf duo. Like, that is really the wrong situation. So LILLIA, again, looking for the occasional fight engage on me, whatever you want to say. I will say I did blind pick GANGPLANK, and she picked LILLIA into me. And some people may like kind of go, isn't GANGPLANK of all the champions in top actually not too bad into LILLIA? And I actually will say, yeah. I would say GANGPLANK can deal with LILLIA a lot better than most of the melee tops can, because one, GANGPLANK isn't that bothered with lane phase. Meanwhile, Lucian tries a 2v1 again. Again, seems to be a common trend this game. But yeah, so like GANGPLANK isn't that, especially modern day GANGPLANK, crit GANGPLANK, he's not bothered with laning. He wants to get to late game. He doesn't really care for winning lane that much. He wants to farm, really. So LILLIA, who wants to be a lane bully, a cheese laner, that type of thing. Meanwhile, again, we spoke about earlier, decision making sometimes is a bit funky. That decision just to do Dragon made no sense. They just lost Lucian, which means even if, you know, Sylas, Hecarim, and Seraphine goes there, you're 100% outnumbered anyway. They have the Veigar there, they have the Kayn there, they have the bot lane there. You're going to be outnumbered. So once again, it's weird decision making costing us the strength in this game. Gonna go for a LILLIA, and this is the point. Not bad engage, good damage, and she hits a Q and just runs away due to the movement speed passive. So, but, you know, going back to the point about GANGPLANK actually being okay, I'm a melee champion that has ranged capabilities with my barrels, so I can actually farm as long as I, you know, do well with my barrels. Meanwhile, they're diving in bot lane, very low health. Maybe if Lucian went for the last little extra damage here or there, it would have been okay. But, you know, I also have W. Meanwhile, Sylas gets a solo kill on Veigar, which is good. Veigar's struggling this game quite heavily, and obviously Sylas still an insanely strong champion. But yeah, I've got W. You know, so LILLIA's tool a lot of the time is, you know, hitting that ball or landing anything and making a target fall asleep and then dealing a lot of damage of, as they're waking up, I can just press W. And here's where I make a mistake. So she doesn't want to press sleep on me until I've used W. I had to use W there, and unfortunately, Hecarim's good, he's there. The unfortunate thing, as I'm pinging there, that Hecarim actually could have saved me. If he R'd when I was asleep and just went to the Lillia, killed her before she got to me, I'm pretty damn sure I would have stayed alive. But unfortunately, he just doesn't use the ulti, which is unfortunate. But at least we got the kill. But yeah, so that is the kind of thing. Gangplank can counter Lillia. Meanwhile, a bit of a weird Yuumi out there. Again, remember, the Yuumi isn't going to be very good. Like, in the nicest way possible, she is getting boosted this game. She is a silver gold player in a high platinum game. She is not going to be great. Hence why she's getting boosted. So the one key thing that we have going for us this game, obviously, meanwhile the Seraphine whiffs her ult, it's the Sylas. So Sylas, insanely strong champion to me personally. Like, I think a lot of people think he's a bit too strong. Buy one, get one free in bot lane. But Sylas has been winning lane against the Veigar, and he now roams. He gets the kill on bot lane. That's what we need to happen, because it's going to be a difficult situation if that doesn't. Unfortunately for me, I'm getting ganked. I tried to land the first barrel again. People kind of forget sometimes. Meanwhile, I am just going to go down. I nearly get the kill on him. If I had my ult, he might have died, but no vision for me in top lane. If I'm completely honest, because I'm against a cheese pick, I'm never expecting the jungler to be top, because why would you gank for a cheese pick? They were auto-winning the game. And I am typing there. A bit of an annoying game so far. Meanwhile, Sylas gets another kill on the Veigar with the help of Seraphine. It is an annoying game. So I'm in top lane, playing Gangplank, which I love, but I'm against a cheese pick Lillia. We then have had a couple of instances with the Hecarim. He's not bad. I'm not saying the player's bad, but we've had a couple instances with him of, like, just not quite the ganks that we need. One gank he probably could have saved me. The first gank we might have been able to get the kill if he ghosted earlier. He is trying to go for the solo kill on Lillia now. She flashes once again. Because it does seem to be a pretty key thing that the Hecarim ganks the Lillia, gets her flash, and then doesn't come back for 5 minutes until she's got flash again. He does get the kill, though, which is great. And then you can see here, Cade is diving the Lucian. Maybe a bit of desperation, I don't know. But he dies. Lucian gets a free kill. If I was the Samira, I actually would be pretty annoyed, because it's like we've destroyed bot lane and I'm really fed as the Samira, and you guys are giving them kills. It's like, just play passive and I'll carry you the game, but not everybody does that, weirdly. So Hecarim, I don't actually know how they had vision of him there. They blue trinketed after they scouted him with Lulu Q. It's like they knew he was there, which was a bit weird. But nonetheless, he's okay. But yeah, going back to the original point that I was trying to make, I think with Gangplank versus Lillia, I can press W just to wake up from her sleep. But the whole key to it is if she damages me enough that she can just straight up kill me with the movement speed, she stays on top of me, I have to press W just to stay alive without dying right there and there. She can then press ultimate after I've pressed W and kill me anyway. So it's a counter, but it's not a perfect counter, I will say. But the good news, and this is to me pretty damn good, I actually get tower in top lane first. I don't think I really should, but I did. I've also completed Cull. For me, that's actually quite good timing-wise before 20 minutes to complete Cull. I'll take that. Big engage happening in mid, as you can see, and I was rushing back. Unfortunately, I don't get the kill, Sylas does, but I'm helping with my ultimate in any way possible. And just to say, look at the damage on Sylas. See that 615 on, sorry, Kayn? My ultimate just did 615 damage just to Kayn. I think a lot of people do not, like, they sleep on how much Gangplank ultimate damage is. We do get an assist, though. Will it be a buy one, get one free? No, unfortunately not, because Lillia goes and picks up the Yuumi. But you can see cracks are emerging a little bit in the enemy team. But where are the cracks appearing? Well, they're appearing because the Sylas is just insanely strong. So if we didn't have this Sylas and our mid laner didn't do great and they had this fed Samira, etc., this game would definitely be a lot different so far. We actually have the kill lead, believe it or not, this game. I go help the dragon just to make sure we get it. But this Sylas can fairly well manage with the Samira. So thankfully, we have one of the broken, to me anyway, one of the broken champions to go against one of the strengths of the enemy team. we all have opinions about strong or broken champions, but when they're on your team, it's a good thing. You know, Lucian gets also a solo kill on the Viger, and we are now looking for the LILLIA kill. Unfortunately, she dodges, but we do have Seraphine around. Kayn gets the kill on Lucian in bot lane, and this is the point. Look at the movement speed. I do make a mistake. I will just flat out say, again, bit of rust on Gangplank there. I mistimed the barrel. If I got the barrel, maybe that would have got the slow. We might have been able to get the kill, but we also didn't have Seraphine ult, which would have been good. Hecarim picks up the return kill on Kayn, though. Obviously, a bit of a fiesta going on all over, and now the Samira Yuumi making the way up to top lane. I think Yuumi might, Seraphine might have stole that. Land the barrel combo, and lo and behold, any second, what this Samira playstyle is, it's all in. So boom, they've gone for the all in, they've used the exhaust, they used flash, everything. Samira just died straight away, but now Sylas is on the hunt. Now, I don't know if he's going to end up getting this kill, but from memory, this is a pretty crazy situation about to unfold. So I'm just hovering. I don't want to go back yet because I still have, you know, damage potential, barrels, etc. Unfortunately, random Vigar in my face. I thought I wouldn't die there. I did. Sylas, as you can see, just murdered that Samira, which I didn't expect. The really bad thing wasn't exactly like the death per se, because like unfortunately, you know, I am dying happens. I made a mistake there. I should have accepted the death. Meanwhile, Sylas, you can just see, he is just... Remember, this is all 5 of the enemy team. Just to remind everybody, all 5 of the enemy team has been involved in this fight. We have so far had 4 people involved in this fight. Seraphine has not been involved in this fight, and they just got aced. Triple kill for Lucian, great recovery for him. I'm pinging the Baron because I'm spawning in a teleport, but no Baron play apparently wants to be had. Seraphine can keep Lucian alive, but yeah, no Baron. Which did confuse me a bit. But my big mistake that I made there, I should have accepted that I was going to die, and I should have just pressed ult. I should have got my ult off. Yes, we aced them, so technically people are like, oh, Huzz, you know, it was fine, you aced them. Sure, but you always should look for improvements in your own game, and what I could have done better with keeping the same positioning there was accept that I was going to die, don't try to fight or anything, and just, as soon as I could, press R. Just get the ultimate off, because it would have helped. That's the point. It would have helped more in the team fight. We'd have done damage. We would have slowed people. So that is definitely what I should have looked to do. Spot a random control ward that's probably been in that bush for quite some time. And just clear that. Staying in bot lane. I've got TP. So again, just to like let you guys know positional-wise, why am I bot? The reason I'm bot lane is because I have teleport. It's the furthest point away from the big objective Baron at this stage of the game. Meanwhile, I help with the ultimate, but I don't think a kill is being done now. Obviously, I will say, we win this game if we kill Samira. It seems maybe that's probably obvious to you guys by now, but that is the one person we need to kill. If we kill Samira, we win. But yeah, that's why I'm bot lane. Baron, meanwhile, Sylas goes for a big engage. Maybe a little bit too feisty, but they're going to continue for it. They get the Kayn. Hecarim's in trouble. I am teleporting, by the way, because I don't want to be not involved in the fight just in case I need to be. But relative, you know, the fight is pretty much over by now. We get 2, they get 1, and that's about it so far. Viger looking for any type of cage that he can, but isn't going to get it yet. And I think that might be it. I don't think we continue for the tier 2 here, because, again, it's risky. So I think we just kind of split off. So technically not a great TP by me, but it's that type of situation that if I didn't TP and my team just got aced then, or like 4 of them died, instantly you'd be like, Gangplank, why didn't you TP? So it's kind of a TP just to cover you and your team a little bit, even though technically I would have gained way more from staying in bot lane and farming, but it is what it is. So they are looking for the Samira. She goes from memory a bit aggressive on me any second, so I do land a nice barrel. She goes aggressive on me, but this seems to be the common trend with the Samira. She goes all in instantly. The negative of what we just did, though, was the keyword overstay. So, yeah, we did overstay there. We should have backed earlier. Hecarim was nowhere around us, so that wasn't great. But we did, it sounds weird, kill their key player. We killed the Samira, which would arguably slow down if they were like, let's do Baron from that. They're probably not doing it. Because they have lost that Samira, so it's not too bad. But hopefully you are enjoying the game, by the way. Obviously, performance-wise, like I mentioned, it's a pretty average game for me so far. With 0-4, so yeah, not great. It does happen, you know, a lot of the time when you're against a cheese pick in top lane. I'm not getting kills in top. And then when we're having these team fights, it does seem that the Samira is, I don't know, I don't want to say the word focusing, but like Samira is killing me quite fast. And, you know, I am a squishy Gangplank, let's be honest. So I am having a difficult time staying alive in any of these fights. And having a more difficult lane phase. I'm going to press my R just to help on the dragon. Hecarim gets it, which is great. The ultimate is helping over the top, doing a bunch of damage. Kayn will die, get an assist from that. Lucian gets the Viger, so I do get that double assist, which is always good. Samira does kill the Lucian, though, unfortunately for us. And I think she gets another kill on the Hecarim. Silas is around, but from memory, not going well. So, like, the healing that the Yuumi can do. The LILLIA is also down there. It's a triple kill for Samira. She's now 9-5. And there's where you can see. So like I mentioned earlier, all right, why did you TP in that fight, Huz? Because the moment that you're not in a fight and it doesn't go well, your team are going to start spam pinging you. I pressed my R. We helped get Baron. I teleported to the fight previously that I technically didn't need to teleport to. And this time, unfortunately, was the time that my team lost that fight. So again, it happens. It's really unfortunate. You can't be in every single fight as a top laner, especially that I am still relatively weak at the moment in comparison to the game. I want to get a few more items, and the guaranteed gold is farming. Guaranteed XP is farming, minions. So that is why I'm not grouping all the time right now, is I need to get a little bit stronger. Gangplank in current condition, I am pretty sure without getting exhausted, I could in essence one-shot this Samira in late game. If I can get the full item build on everything, but I'm not going to get the full item build if I don't make gold. And again, maybe if you join a team fight and you get a pentakill, yeah, that's going to be a lot of gold, but that's not guaranteed. That's nowhere close to being guaranteed. So that is where even I don't like split pushing. It's not exactly split pushing. I'm not splitting to actively push. I'm splitting just to make money. Meanwhile, Seraphine gets caught. Hecarim also in trouble, and this is where we need to be very careful, is people getting caught. If people get caught a bit too much, we're going to be in big doo-doo. And now that they've got Hecarim low enough, they are looking maybe to do the Baron. I landed a little bit of damage on the Kayn there, which isn't too bad. And you can see the Samira, by the way, she isn't doing Baron. That little bit of damage on Kayn made them second think, oh, is this a great idea? Lucian is pushing mid, which actually was quite a good decision. Silas is also bot lane, so we just got 2 towers in mid and then bot. Not the end of the world so far. Unfortunately for us, the Lucian positioning after wasn't great, and he ends up getting caught. That right there is going to potentially make them think about Baron now, that they have the AD carry dead. They also might have seen Silas's health in bot lane is quite low. So they are going to do it now. I'm going to try my best to do something about it. Again, land the damage. And we have ult. Hecarim's got ult. So this is a potential. We're just look at the damage. Again, Gangplank damage is not bad. I wasn't expecting a potential all-in here, by the way, but they do go for it. And we're in trouble. So I flash back into arguable danger. I get the kill on Viger. Seraphine dies as well. She didn't use ultimate, unfortunately. That seems, again, Seraphine is practically her ultimate. And I do ping Silas there because he should be with us at this point. It's not great that he wasn't. This game is a bit difficult, and you will note, I do say yes on a surrender vote. And all I will say, saying yes on a surrender vote, by the way, doesn't mean you're completely giving up the game. Some people have thought that. I will always play to win. But you say, we have 0 teamwork, and all we need to do is kill Samira, I presume. Yeah. So that's all we need to do. They're going to get Baron, I believe, or they kill Baron already. But that's all we need to do. The enemy team is being held together by this Samira. If we kill her, they fall apart. And we only can really do that as 5 people. So Silas arguably out of position again. Obviously, it's been a bit of a nightmare in the last few minutes that our fed Silas isn't doing anything anymore. Lucian also missed positions, so you could be like, oh, here we go. I will say the Lucians had a bit of an odd game. And I know people are like, oh, how's you want to talk? You're 1-5. I'm aware. I've had a bit of a weird lane phase in the term of being against a cheese pick. Obviously, you could argue Lucian's had a weird lane because he's against a Smurf boosting situation, sure, but he has actively, you'll note this game, just from my count watching this game back, he has tried to 2v1 the Samira Yuumi 3 times, maybe 4 times, which is just weird. Like, it just is. So I don't know. So we just need to kind of get our refocus back as 5 people. Like, think of the chaos that we have as a team with a 5-man combo. Gangplank, ultimate, and barrels. Seraphine ult over the top. Hecarim ult over the top, fearing people. Silas just being Silas in general. Lucian pressing R as well. It's a lot of chaos. Like, that is a lot of chaos that we can just muster in a very short amount of instant engage. and we're just not really doing that. So I think from the mistakes that we, has been making with Silas dying and Lucian dying, I think from memory we do kind of get that refocus back soon. No idea what Kane is doing. Inting, who knows? He just dies straight up, and here's where a fight's gonna happen. I pop my ultimate. Unfortunately, she goes down straight away, but the Silas is here. Finally, we're having the fight that we've been asking for this whole time. We do kill the Samira. I do a bunch of damage on the LILLIA. She goes down. I am very low, so I'm going to die. But weird flash by Lucian. Again, the player was a bit odd. But they're going to do their best to try and win this fight moving forward. Seraphine, I keep calling her Samira. She just walks into it. Lucian, though, attacking. Yuumi jumps out of Viger when Son uses the wrong decision by her. Again, not expecting her to be great. He gets that kill, though. And then I think he backs off to go do Dragon, which would be the right decision. But, yeah. So I am saying there, remember this Yuumi is getting boosted, so she's going to be terror bad. Which is true. I know people don't want me to... I don't want to be overly harsh or critical in a way. But the player, she is legitimately getting boosted. There is no dispute to that. Like, she just is. That is factual that she's getting boosted. So she ain't going to be great. That's why she's playing Yuumi on 1100 games plus account that's been in silver gold. But that is why she's playing Yuumi, to get boosted by a fresh account smurf. So she isn't going to have the great decision making at this level. And, this is an incredible level. This is, high platinum. But still, like, yeah. So going to go back. So, why did I not sell anything? Again, if you can keep a little bit of strength, keep it. Corrupting Potion isn't bad, even at this stage of the game. So the fact that I could quickly go get that and then just base get the Collector is fine. I will say I have somewhat changed my build, I will say. I still like Collector on Gangplank. It can be very useful, but in some instances, I will add... Infinity Edge as third item is somewhat superior to Collector. You just do more damage. Like, Collector can occasionally give you kills that you probably wouldn't have got because of the Execute, but overall, your damage will go up if you build the Infinity Edge, because again, Infinity Edge directly makes your crit damage go up, and your barrels can crit. Meanwhile, Samira may be in a bit of a weird position, but the enemy team is all spread, so we have to be a bit careful here. Viger, also in a bit of a weird position, so I'm just going to go for an engage with my ultimate, calm everybody down, and then the engage is going to happen. So here we go. So Viger out of position. He does a lot of damage to our Silas. We do get the kill. Seraphine lands onto Samira. She's then going to use her W, which avoids damage, but she's in the middle of us. You buy one, you get one free, and we finally get the fight that we were looking for. Good picks. Viger mispositioned. We engaged with my ultimate to get the slow. So that was good. And then the really good Seraphine over the top. And we're, yeah, like that. Finally working as a team. And if you notice, Huz, where's the Kane? That's the point. We work as a team. The enemy team didn't. We also got the Dragon Soul, by the way, which is great. But that's the point, is you just catch them out of sync, and we end up getting, in essence, the momentum to end the game. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, not the most crazy game for me personally. 1-6-14. It's not terrible. Like, 1-6-14. I've been involved in 15 kills, and I've died 6 times after a pretty rough lane phase and then team fights that I struggled to stay alive in. So for a kind of KD, I'm actually okay with that. It would have been nice to have a couple more kills, sure. I accidentally, if you noticed that, I accidentally honoured the Hecarim. I actually meant to honour the Silas. So I gain another 16. I go 1-6-14, 189 farm. I do get honoured once, apparently. They probably saw that I did okay things in the background. And again, not terrible. So I do actually more damage than the LILLIA, which might surprise some people. I do 22.4. She does 19.1. I'll take that. I just will. I do more turret damage. So honestly, from what was a weird game, it was my first ever game playing against LILLIA. I'll take it. But let me know if you guys want these type of episodes, or do you only want them if we have a really good performance? That is something that I do want to have as feedback. But yeah, and also obviously we had the Samira Yuumi situation also. But I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like it if you're enjoying the series. Goodbye.